Welcome back, everyone, to Still Thinking About That Homily, the podcast that digs deeper into Sunday's message. I am your host, Brother Ben, and I am joined today by Linda, my co-host of the day. Today, Linda and I are diving into something incredibly fundamental, yet often overlooked, about what marriage is really all about. It's not always about grand gestures, is it?
Absolutely not, Brother Ben. In fact, sometimes the most profound lessons come from the simplest moments, or even, dare I say, a shared hamburger.
Ah, yes, the hamburger story. It's one of those tales that just sticks with you. For our listeners who haven't heard it, it's about an elderly couple at a restaurant. The old man orders one hamburger, one order of fries, and one drink. He then meticulously cuts the burger in half, divides the fries, and shares the drink with his wife.
And everyone around them, of course, is watching, whispering, feeling sorry for this poor old couple who can seemingly only afford one meal between them. You know, that initial knee-jerk reaction of judgment or pity.
Exactly. A young man, full of good intentions, even approaches them, offering to buy another meal. But the old man politely declines, saying they're used to sharing everything. And this goes on, the little old lady just sitting there, not eating, just watching her husband, occasionally sipping the drink.
And the tension builds, right? You're thinking, why isn't she eating? Isn't she starving? This is just heartbreaking.
The young man comes back, practically begging to buy them more food. And she still says no, we're used to sharing everything, right up until the husband finishes his half. And the young man, utterly bewildered, asks the wife, "What are you waiting for?" And her response, Linda, is it's brilliant. She says, "The teeth. He is sharing my teeth."
The teeth. Oh, it gets me every time. What a twist. It just completely reframes the entire situation, doesn't it? Suddenly, it's not about poverty or sacrifice in the way everyone perceived. It's about a deeply ingrained, almost unconscious understanding and rhythm between two people.
It really is. It shifts from a perceived lack to an abundance of something far more valuable, an intimate knowledge of each other, an unwavering habit of sharing, and a sense of partnership that runs so deep it becomes almost invisible to outsiders. That's what marriage is, isn't it? It's these unspoken agreements, these quiet moments of understanding.
Totally. It's like outsiders saw a transaction, a meal, but what was truly happening was a ritual, a testament to decades of a life built together. It wasn't about the food itself, it was about the act, the rhythm, the care.
And that, I think, speaks volumes to what we often miss in our fast-paced lives. We look for grand gestures, but often it's the consistent, small acts that define a relationship. Precisely. And it brings up a crucial point. How often do we misunderstand or misinterpret what's truly happening within a couple, based on our external observations? We project our own assumptions onto their reality. The real story is always richer, more complex, and often more beautiful. It's about being truly known by someone.
And that level of knowing, that comfort in sharing everything, even teeth, it's built over time, isn't it? It's not something you wake up with on your wedding day. It's earned through countless moments, through navigating challenges, and through just being there for each other, consistently.
Consistency, absolutely. It's the bedrock. And I think that brings us to our second point today, which, while seemingly different, actually connects beautifully with the depth of understanding that old couple shared. It's about gratitude.
Oh, yes, gratitude. You know, it's funny how something so simple, something we teach our children, can be so profoundly impactful, yet so easily forgotten in our most intimate relationships. We talked about how people can take others for granted. That article we looked at, it really hammered that home.
It did. The example of the egg and cheese bagel versus the bowl of oatmeal. Remember how when you're first dating, every little thing is a huge gesture? He brings you your favorite bagel, and you're gushing. He's amazing. But years later, he makes oatmeal, a perfectly kind gesture, and it barely registers.
And that's just rude, but it's true. We get comfortable, we get busy, we just expect things. The person we vowed to cherish, who does small acts of kindness daily, starts to feel like an extension of ourselves, rather than a separate individual whose efforts deserve recognition.
And that's where the danger lies, according to a paper published in the journal Personal Relationships. They found that gratitude isn't just a nice-to-have. It's a key to a healthy and successful marriage. They studied hundreds of married people, looking at finances, communication patterns, and expressions of gratitude.
And guess what was the most consistent and significant predictor of marital quality? Not how much money they had, not even entirely their communication style, but expressions of gratitude.
That's huge. It's mind-blowing how powerful those two simple words, thank you, can be.
Thank you.
It seems so basic, doesn't it? But as study co-author Ted Futris, an associate professor at the University of Georgia, put it, feeling appreciated and believing that your spouse values you directly influences how you feel about your marriage, how committed you are to it, and your belief that it will last. It's not just about politeness, it's about affirming worth.
It's about seeing them, really seeing them, not just as a spouse, but as a person who chooses to contribute, to love, to care, day in and day out. When you say thank you, you're acknowledging that choice, that effort. It reinforces their value.
And I think that's where the connection to our first story comes in. The old couple sharing their meal, even the teeth. That wasn't just a habit. It was a deeply embedded form of gratitude and appreciation for each other's needs and presence. The wife's patience, the husband's sharing, it was all an unspoken thank you for their shared life.
That's a beautiful way to put it, Brother Ben. It's not always verbal. Sometimes gratitude is shown through action, through anticipation of needs, through making space for the other person, literally or figuratively. Like the husband knowing his wife needed her teeth to eat, and waiting. That's a profound thank you for her presence, for her role in their life together.
Exactly. It's a dance of mutual respect and understanding that builds over time. And the researchers in that study even went so far as to argue that regularly saying thank you can be powerful enough to divorce-proof your marriage. Wowza, as the article said. Divorce-proof.
Wowza is right. I mean, think about the implication there. It suggests that a lot of marital breakdown might stem from a slow erosion of feeling valued, of feeling seen. If we just consistently expressed gratitude, it could counteract so much of that negativity.
It makes sense, doesn't it? When one partner tends to demand, nag, or criticize, and the other responds by withdrawing or avoiding confrontation, that demand-withdraw communication pattern they mentioned, it's like a slow poison. But gratitude, it's the antidote. It disarms, it softens, it reconnects.
It totally shifts the dynamic. Instead of feeling like you're constantly falling short or being taken for granted, you feel appreciated, which then makes you want to do more for your partner. It creates this beautiful virtuous cycle instead of a vicious one.
It absolutely does. It is easy to get caught up in the routine. A wife may do something, and the husband may just expect it, like the laundry being done or a meal prepared. And then the husband may start thinking, wait a minute, she didn't have to do that. That was a choice, an act of service. And just taking a moment to say, hey, thank you for doing that, I really appreciate it, completely changed the energy.
Oh, I can totally relate. I'm guilty of it too. My husband will often grab me a coffee on his way out in the mornings, and sometimes I'll just, grab it, say thanks almost as an afterthought, and get on with my day. But when I pause, look him in the eye and say, seriously, thank you so much, that really means a lot to me, you know I love my morning coffee. The shift is immediate. He beams. It's like I've filled his love tank for the day.
That's it. It's the intentionality behind the thank you. It's not just a polite utterance. It's a heartfelt acknowledgement. It's saying, I see you, I value your effort, and I'm grateful you're my partner.
And it's not just for the big things either. The article pointed out that it's the regular expressions. So it's not just, thank you for saving my life, but thank you for picking up my favorite yogurt, or thank you for listening to me vent about my day. These micro moments accumulate.
Precisely. It builds a reserve of goodwill. When tough times inevitably come, and they always do in any marriage, that bank of appreciation, that feeling of being valued, is what you draw upon. It helps you navigate the storms, because you remember that foundational respect and love.
It almost sounds too simple, doesn't it? Just say thank you. But like the old couple in their shared meal, the simplicity often masks profound depth. It's about a consistent posture of gratitude, a mindset that says, I don't take you for granted.
And I think that mindset also helps us to be more patient, more understanding, and more willing to compromise. If you truly appreciate your partner, you're less likely to nitpick or to hold on to grudges. You're more likely to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Right, and it connects back to that idea of knowing someone so well, like the old man knew his wife needed her teeth. That deep understanding and mutual consideration are built on a foundation where both partners feel seen and appreciated. It's like a feedback loop. Gratitude leads to better understanding, which leads to more acts of appreciation, and so on.
It's a beautiful cycle. So for our listeners today, whether it's reflecting on the humor and deep understanding in the teeth story, or embracing the transformative power of a simple thank you, the message is clear. Marriage isn't about grand perfection. It's about consistent, heartfelt connection.
It truly is. It's about remembering that the person beside you is a gift and treating them as such. So next time your partner does something, big or small, pause. Really acknowledge it. Let them know you see them and you appreciate them. It could be the divorce-proofing superpower you never knew you had.
And if you're struggling to even see those things, sometimes it helps to intentionally look for them. Keep a mental list, or even a physical one, of things your partner does that you appreciate. It trains your brain to notice the good.
That's a fantastic exercise, Brother Ben. I might just try that this week. Just a little mental note of all the small kindnesses. Because it's those threads, woven together daily, that create the strongest tapestry of a marriage.
Indeed. And it's a tapestry that's constantly being woven, stitch by stitch. So let's all try to add more stitches of gratitude and understanding this week.
Wonderful advice, Brother Ben. Thank you for sharing these insights with us today, and thank you, our wonderful listeners, for tuning in.
Absolutely, Linda. It's always a pleasure. Until next time, keep those connections strong and keep those hearts full of gratitude. Take care, everyone. And that's an amen from Brother Ben.